Welcome to my channel Valuable Rare Coins because, as you know, old is gold. Some of the rarest coins worth big money could be hiding in your hands right now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch till the end. Let's dive in. First, we're going to take a close look at one of the most fascinating and sought-after coins in American numismatics, the legendary 1944 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny. This is not your ordinary 1-cent coin. While millions were struck, there are a few that possess very specific and highly valuable features that have turned them into collector gold. So grab your magnifying glass and settle in, because you might just discover that a little copper coin in your collection is worth more than you ever dreamed. The 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny is part of the iconic Wheatback series that ran from 1909 to 1958. These coins are beloved not just for their classic design, but for the rich American history they represent. The obverse features the timeless portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse proudly displays the two wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America. It's simple, elegant, and deeply nostalgic for collectors. But what sets the 1944 D version apart is not just its design or mintage, it's the incredibly rare and valuable errors that make this coin a legend in the numismatic world. Now, let's talk about what makes some of the 1944 D Lincoln Wheat Pennies extremely rare. During World War II, copper was a critical material used for ammunition and wartime supplies. As a result, in 1943, the U.S. Mint struck pennies on steel planchets coated with zinc. But by 1944, copper had returned to circulation and pennies were once again minted using recycled shell casings, basically war surplus. However, some planchets left over from 1943 may have accidentally been used in the Denver Mint in 1944. That's right, some 1944 D pennies were struck on leftover steel planchets instead of the expected copper alloy, creating one of the most valuable error coins in American history. These rare 1944 D Lincoln cents struck on steel instead of copper are nearly magnetic, and that's one way to identify them. They also have a slightly different color and weight compared to regular 1944 D copper pennies. If your 1944 D penny is silvery in color, reacts to a magnet, or has an unusual surface, you might be looking at something truly rare. These steel planchet errors are highly coveted, and only a handful have ever been authenticated, making them among the most valuable Lincoln cents ever discovered. Another notable rarity among 1944 D pennies includes double die obverse and reverse errors. These are created during the minting process when a coin is struck more than once by the die, slightly out of alignment. This causes noticeable doubling in the letters, numbers, or features of Lincoln's profile. If you look closely at the Liberty or the date 1944 and see ghosted or overlapping lines, you may have a double die variant on your hands. These errors are fascinating, highly collectible, and add tremendous value, especially when the coin is in excellent condition. Collectors are particularly drawn to these rare 1944 D errors because of their historical connection to the war, the unusual minting mistakes, and the very limited number of known examples. The excitement of possibly holding one in your hand is what makes coin collecting so thrilling. Whether found in an old coin jar, a relative's collection, or tucked away in a forgotten drawer, these pennies can transform an ordinary day into a life-changing discovery. Every collector dreams of finding one, and some actually have. Condition also plays a huge role in a coin's value. Coins that have been well preserved, with minimal wear, full detail, and strong luster are far more desirable. If a 1944 D steel penny or error variety is discovered in mint state or uncirculated condition and is professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC, it could command enormous attention and sell for an incredible price. It's not just about rarity, it's about quality and authenticity, and this coin checks every box when those conditions align. Now, let's talk about real-world examples. In recent years, authenticated 1944 D steel Lincoln pennies in high-grade condition have caused major excitement at auctions. These coins are so scarce and valuable that when one surfaces, it creates a buzz across the coin collecting community. Auction houses have seen furious bidding wars over them, with collectors and investors willing to pay top dollar to add this marvel to their collections. The combination of rarity, wartime history, and demand makes this coin one of the most exciting modern-era discoveries in U.S. coinage. And now for the reveal you've all been waiting for, the astonishing value of this incredible coin. A verified 1944 D. Lincoln Wheat penny struck on a steel planchet, found in brilliant, uncirculated condition, recently sold for an extraordinary $150,000. Yes, you heard that right, $150,000 for a single penny that most people wouldn't even look at twice. This just goes to show how something as small as a 1-cent coin can carry a massive story and an even more massive price tag. So, what are you waiting for? Start going through your change jars, coin albums, and penny rolls. Take a second look at those 1944 D. Lincoln pennies, especially if one looks a little off in color or texture. You might be holding a hidden fortune and not even know it. Second rare coin. We're talking about one of the most iconic and valuable 1-cent coins in American history, the 1917 S. Lincoln Wheat penny. This coin isn't just old. It's packed with history, mystery, and monumental value. What appears at first glance to be just another early 20th century penny could in fact be worth more than a luxury car, or even more than some homes. So stay with us, because what you're about to learn might just lead you to one of the most valuable coins in your collection. The Lincoln Wheat penny series began in 1909, celebrating the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it quickly became a staple of American coinage. But among the early issues, the 1917 S coin minted in San Francisco stands out in a powerful way. Struck over a century ago on the West Coast, this coin carries not only the image of one of America's most respected presidents, but also the weight of history from a time when the world was at war, and the United States was preparing to take its place on the global stage during World War I. The craftsmanship, rarity, and surviving quality of this penny have elevated it to legendary status in the eyes of collectors around the world. Now, let's get into what makes the 1917 S. Lincoln Wheat penny so desirable and rare. While millions of these coins were originally produced, very few have survived in excellent condition. Coins minted in San Francisco during this time often experienced weaker strikes, and many entered circulation immediately, where they were used heavily and worn down. Because of this, high-grade examples of the 1917 S penny are extremely difficult to find. Coins with clear details, minimal wear, and full wheat lines on the reverse are incredibly rare, and that rarity is exactly what drives demand and value sky high. But wait, there's more that makes this coin even more exciting for collectors. Certain examples of the 1917 S penny have been found with striking errors that dramatically increase their value. One of the most significant of these is the double die error on the obverse side of the coin. This error occurs when the die that stamps the coin is misaligned during production, resulting in visible doubling of the lettering or the date. For the 1917 S penny, look closely at the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1917. If you see shadowed or doubled lines, you could be looking at a double die error, a variety that collectors chase relentlessly. Coins with strong, noticeable doubling combined with sharp details and original red or red-brown color are especially sought after. When these rare attributes come together in one coin, the value jumps dramatically. These are not coins that show up every day. They're the unicorns of the Lincoln cent world, and collectors and investors know just how precious they are. In fact, many professional numismatists constantly scan auction catalogs and online listings for any opportunity to own one in top condition, and when they do appear, the bidding becomes fierce. Another fascinating feature of the 1917 S penny is its potential for die cracks or cut errors. These happen when the die begins to break down during the minting process, resulting in raised lines or extra lumps of metal on the coin. These types of errors are highly collectible, especially when they occur on historically important coins like the 1917 S. Combined with low population numbers in mint state grades, these anomalies create a perfect storm of desirability. Grading plays a crucial role in determining the worth of any coin, but especially for the 1917 S penny. Coins that have been professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC and have received a grade of MS 65 or higher are exceedingly rare. The vast majority of surviving 1917 S pennies are in lower circulated condition, so when a high-grade example does appear, especially one with a recognized error, it becomes a centerpiece in any elite collection. These coins are not only valuable, but they are also incredibly respected by collectors who understand their rarity and importance in American numismatic history. Recent auction records have confirmed the rising demand and value of this coin. One stunning example of a 1917 S penny in nearly perfect condition, displaying strong original luster and a known double die error, sparked a bidding war among collectors that left the entire coin community buzzing. This was no ordinary penny, it was a showstopper, and it proved that early Lincoln cents, especially rare San Francisco issues with striking errors, are among the hottest investments in the hobby today, and now it's time for the moment you've all been waiting for. The jaw-dropping value of the 1917 S Lincoln Wheat penny when all the stars align. That means a high mint state grade, a powerful visual strike, possible doubling or other minting errors, and full original details. Such a coin doesn't just attract attention, it commands it. A single 1917 S penny with these rare characteristics and verified authenticity was recently valued at a breathtaking $200,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $200,000 for one 1-cent coin from 1917. So, what does this mean for you? It means it's time to dig into your collection. Check your old penny jars, inherited coin books, and any wheat pennies you may have lying around. Look closely at your 1917 D and 1917 S cents, especially for any signs of doubling, unique markings, or sharp details. And if you're unsure, don't hesitate to get them professionally evaluated. You could be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it. Third expensive coin. We're diving deep into a remarkable piece of American numismatic history, the 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat penny. This 1-cent coin might look familiar at first glance, but listen closely because it holds secrets that make it a shining gem among collectors worldwide. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your collection, this coin deserves your full attention. So buckle up and get ready to explore why the 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat penny has skyrocketed in demand and value over the years. The Lincoln Wheat penny series itself is a beloved classic. Minted from 1909 all the way through 1958, with the 1952 D marking one of the later years struck at the Denver Mint. What sets the 1952 D apart is more than just its date or mint mark. It's the rare combination of condition, minting quirks, and limited availability in top grades that has catapulted this penny to the upper echelon of collectible coins. While millions were produced, very few have survived in pristine condition, making this coin an absolute must-have for collectors looking to own a piece of post-war American history that truly stands out. One of the key reasons why the 1952 D penny commands so much attention is the rarity of high-grade specimens. Unlike some years where worn examples are common, the 1952 D penny in mint state condition is extraordinarily scarce. This scarcity stems from the fact that most of these pennies were used in daily circulation for decades, accumulating wear, scratches, and discoloration. So when a coin emerges with its original luster, sharp details, and full wheat stalks intact on the reverse, it instantly becomes a prized possession that collectors eagerly compete for. The eye appeal and preservation of these coins are absolutely stunning when they surface, driving excitement and demand. Adding even more intrigue are the known minting errors associated with the 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat penny. Among the most fascinating is the famous double die error. This rare error occurs when the die impresses the coin's design twice in slightly different positions, creating an unmistakable doubling effect, especially noticeable on the date and inscriptions. If you examine a 1952 D penny closely and spot this doubling on the Liberty or the D mint mark, you might just be holding one of the rarest and most valuable variations. These errors are not only visually captivating but also dramatically increase a coin's value because they represent unique moments in mint history. Another exciting feature to watch for on the 1952 D-penny is die cracks and cuts, which can appear as raised lines or lumps caused by a worn or damaged die. These anomalies are adored by collectors because they add character and individuality to the coin. When combined with an uncirculated condition, such errors can turn an already rare penny into a true numismatic masterpiece. Identifying these subtle features takes a keen eye, but once spotted, they can transform a common coin into an extraordinary find. Of course, grading is essential when assessing the value of any collectible coin, and the 1952 D-penny is no exception. Coins graded MS 65 and above by trusted services like PCGS or NGC are among the rarest survivors, commanding premium prices due to their flawless appearance and rarity. Such high-grade examples rarely come to market, and when they do, they instantly become the center of attention at auctions, often selling for multiples of their face value. The fact that collectors treasure these coins so much is a testament to their enduring appeal and significance in American coinage. Speaking of auctions, recent sales of the 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat penny have set new benchmarks for its value. At top-tier coin auctions, pristine examples with sharp details and notable errors have fetched jaw-dropping prices, confirming the coin's status as a prized collector's item. This trend reflects not only the coin's rarity, but also the growing enthusiasm for classic Lincoln cents among collectors, investors, and hobbyists alike. Such market activity reinforces the idea that owning a 1952 D-penny is not only about history, but also about smart, rewarding collecting, and now, the moment you've been waiting for, the remarkable value of a high-grade, error-free, or rare error 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat penny. A perfect specimen, beautifully preserved and certified, can command an incredible $100,000. That's right, $100,000 for a single 1-cent coin from 1952, showcasing just how precious and sought after this penny has become in the numismatic world. So, if you're a collector or simply a coin enthusiast, take a closer look at any 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat pennies you have. Examine the details, watch for doubling or unusual markings, and consider professional grading to unlock their true value. And if you've had any luck with this coin or others like it, we'd love to hear your stories. Drop a comment below with your experiences or questions, and let's build a community of passionate collectors who share their knowledge and excitement. Especially, we're unlocking the fascinating story behind a truly remarkable piece of American numismatic treasure, the 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny. This 1-cent coin is not just a simple piece of copper, it's a window into the past, a symbol of American resilience during the Great Depression era, and a sought-after gem that commands serious attention in the coin collecting world. Whether you're an experienced collector or just starting your journey, listen carefully because this coin holds secrets that make it incredibly rare and valuable. The 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny comes from a time when the United States was slowly recovering from economic hardship, yet still producing some of the most iconic coins in history. Minted with care at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, the 1937 penny stands out for its detailed design, featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the classic wheat stalks on the reverse, symbolizing prosperity and growth. But what really makes this coin special is not just its design or age, it's the rarity of certain minting errors and variations that can turn a common penny into a true collector's dream. One of the standout features that elevate the 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny status among collectors is the presence of mint errors such as doubled dies, repunched mint marks, and die cracks. The doubled die error, in particular, is highly prized. It happens when the coin's design is struck more than once in slightly different positions, causing a shadow or doubling effect on the date or lettering. If you spot this subtle doubling on the numbers of the year or on the word Liberty, you could be looking at a coin that is exponentially more valuable than a regular issue. These errors are a testament to the intricate and sometimes unpredictable process of coin minting, making each one a unique piece of art. Another intriguing feature to watch for is the repunched mint mark, especially on coins minted in Denver, identified by the D mint mark. Sometimes the mint mark was stamped twice, slightly offset, creating a layered effect that collectors find irresistible. Coins with this type of mint mark error can bring significant premiums in the market because they are rare and visually captivating. Die cracks and die breaks are also prized among collectors for the character they add to the coin. These imperfections occur when the metal dies used to strike the coins develop fractures, leading to raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. Such anomalies are rare and elevate the coin's collectible value dramatically. Grading plays a crucial role in determining just how valuable a 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny can be. Coins that have been preserved with minimal wear, clear details, and original luster are exceptionally rare because most pennies were heavily circulated and damaged over time. When a 1937 penny achieves a high grade, such as MS 65 or above by reputable grading services, it becomes a highly sought-after collectible. These coins often sell for premium prices at auctions and private sales because they represent a perfect snapshot of minting history, preserved for generations. Speaking of auctions, recent sales of 1937 Lincoln Wheat pennies have demonstrated just how hot the market is for these coins. Auction houses have seen fierce bidding wars for error coins and high-grade examples, with prices climbing steadily year after year. This growing demand reflects not only the coin's rarity, but also the increased passion among collectors who value its history, beauty, and uniqueness. Each successful auction adds credibility to the coin's status as a valuable collectible and investment. Now for the exciting part, the jaw-dropping value that a pristine 1937 Lincoln Wheat penny can command. A coin in exceptional condition, especially one showcasing rare mint errors like double dies or repunched mint marks, can be worth an astonishing $130,000. Imagine owning a piece of history that not only tells a story, but could also be a game-changer for your collection or investment portfolio. So, if you have any 1937 Lincoln Wheat pennies tucked away in your collection or family heirlooms, examine them closely. Look for those unique errors, check the condition, and consider professional grading to truly unlock their potential. And if you've ever found a coin like this or have questions about your collection, please share your experiences and ask away in the comments below. We love hearing your stories and helping each other discover the fascinating world of coin collecting. Next coin, we are diving deep into one of the most captivating and historically rich coins in American numismatics, the United States Lincoln Wheat penny from 1950. This humble 1-cent piece may seem ordinary at first glance, but for collectors and history buffs alike, it represents a fascinating story and an opportunity to own a rare gem that has stood the test of time with incredible demand. If you're a coin lover, pay close attention, because this 1950 penny has secrets that could transform your collection forever. The 1950 Lincoln Wheat penny was minted during a vibrant period in American history when the nation was transitioning into a new era of prosperity following World War II. Its design carries the iconic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the front and the unmistakable wheat ears on the reverse, symbolizing growth and abundance. But what sets this particular coin apart isn't just its historic significance, it's the rarity of certain variations and minting errors that elevate it far beyond everyday change. These subtle differences make the 1950 penny a superstar in the eyes of serious collectors. One of the most sought-after features on the 1950 Lincoln Wheat penny is the presence of mint errors like the famous double die and repunched mint marks. The double die error is a true eye-catcher, where the coin's design appears to be stamped twice in slightly different positions, creating a shadow or doubling effect on the year or lettering. This kind of error is rare and highly prized because it reflects a fascinating glimpse into the minting process and shows just how unpredictable and unique each coin strike can be. Spotting this error requires a keen eye, but can instantly boost the coin's value to new heights. In addition to double dies, some 1950 pennies carry repunched mint marks, especially those struck in Denver, marked with a D. These coins show an overlapping or shadowed mint mark due to a second punch that didn't perfectly align. Collectors love these anomalies because they are limited in number and add a layer of uniqueness that can make your penny a standout piece in any collection. Identifying a repunched mint mark involves closely examining the D with a magnifying glass or microscope to look for any extra impressions or doubling. Beyond errors, Condition and grading are essential when evaluating the worth of a 1950 Lincoln Wheat penny. Coins that retain their original luster, sharp details, and minimal wear are incredibly rare because most pennies have circulated extensively. When a coin from 1950 achieves a top grade, such as MS 65 or higher from professional grading services, it becomes a prized collectible that commands significant interest and value in the marketplace. Collectors are willing to pay premium prices for coins that look almost untouched after decades, making high-grade 1950 pennies a hot commodity. The market for the 1950 Lincoln Wheat penny has seen a surge in excitement due to recent auction results and private sales where rare error examples and high-grade specimens have fetched extraordinary prices. These sales provide undeniable proof of the coin's desirability and the growing enthusiasm among collectors who appreciate its beauty, history, and rarity. Such auction events highlight just how valuable these pennies have become as both historical artifacts and investment opportunities. Now here's the thrilling news you've been waiting for. A pristine 1950 Lincoln Wheat penny with rare mint errors or in exceptional condition can be worth an astounding $110,000. Yes, you heard that right. This seemingly small and everyday coin can be a treasure trove of value and pride for any collector lucky enough to own one. If you happen to find a 1950 Lincoln Wheat penny in your collection or through your coin hunting adventures, be sure to inspect it carefully for these unique errors and consider having it professionally graded to unlock its full potential. And if you've encountered similar coins or have questions about your collection, we'd love to hear from you in the comments. Sharing your experiences helps everyone learn and grow in the exciting world of coin collecting. Last unique coin, we are shining the spotlight on a classic piece of American numismatic history, the United States Lincoln Wheat penny from 1957. While many pennies from this era are commonly found, the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny holds a special place in the hearts of collectors around the world due to its unique characteristics, rarity in certain conditions, and the fascinating errors that make it a highly coveted treasure. If you're passionate about coins or just curious about what makes some pennies worth far more than their face value, listen closely and enjoy this deep dive into the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny. The 1957 penny is part of the iconic Wheat Cent series, a coin that honors Abraham Lincoln's enduring legacy with a design that has become one of the most beloved in American history. On the front, you'll find the dignified profile of President Lincoln, and on the reverse, the two striking ears of wheat symbolizing prosperity and growth. But what elevates the 1957 penny beyond mere currency is the story behind its minting and the rare errors that collectors seek with fervor. These subtle minting quirks transform an everyday coin into a prized artifact of historical significance and artistic intrigue. One of the most fascinating features of the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny that captivates collectors is the presence of double die errors and repunched mint marks. The double die error creates a striking visual effect where parts of the coin's design, often the date or lettering, appear doubled or shadowed, almost as if stamped twice. This error occurred during the coin's creation process and makes each double die coin a one-of-a-kind piece. Identifying a double die involves closely examining the date and letters under magnification for any doubling effects that stand out distinctly from a normal penny, adding to its allure. Some 1957 pennies exhibit a repunched mint mark, especially those minted in Denver with the letter D. This repunched mint mark is a result of the mint workers restriking the mint mark due to alignment issues, leaving a faint shadow or doubling effect on the letter itself. These subtle variations are extremely rare and highly desirable, making them the holy grail for many coin collectors who are eager to add unique pieces to their collections. To spot these repunched mint marks, you'll want to use a magnifying glass or loupe and focus closely on the D for any irregularities or extra impressions. The value of the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny also hinges heavily on its condition and grading. Coins that retain their original sharpness, with minimal wear and a lustrous finish, are exceptionally rare since most pennies see extensive circulation. A 1957 penny graded at MS 65 or higher by professional grading companies can command serious attention and high prices in the numismatic market. High-grade coins stand out with their brilliant surfaces and crisp details, making them prized possessions for collectors and investors alike who understand their long-term value and historical importance. Recent auction houses and private sales have shown remarkable enthusiasm for the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny, especially those with the sought-after errors or in exceptional condition. These coins have consistently attracted competitive bidding, with collectors vying to secure a piece of numismatic history that combines rarity, beauty, and historical significance. Such sales not only validate the coin's value, but also fuel the excitement within the collector community, emphasizing that these pennies are more than just pocket change, they are valuable treasures. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for. A 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny with rare mint errors or in pristine, uncirculated condition can be worth an astonishing $80,000. This incredible value is a testament to the coin's rarity, desirability, and the passion collectors have for owning a tangible piece of American history that few get to hold. If you have a 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny tucked away in your collection or stumble upon one in your change, make sure to examine it carefully for these rare characteristics and consider having it professionally evaluated. And if you've ever found a similar coin or have questions about your pennies and other rare coins, we would love to hear from you in the comments below. Sharing your experiences helps build our community and deepen everyone's knowledge in the fascinating world of coin collecting. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our exciting videos about rare coins and hidden treasures. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the story behind the 1957 Lincoln Wheat penny, and happy collecting to all!